Legal immigrants are more patriotic than the leftists these days. They knew they worked to come into America, and they love America. They want the laws followed in America. So the only person that we need to make sure we deport is Warnock.
Who in the unholy hell does she think she is? And talking about deporting Senator Warnock, who is a citizen of this country, by the way. That language that she's using sounds a lot like language in another decade or two. But she said that with a straight face in front of all of those people to deport Senator Warnock. Something wrong with her. And she was at a rally for Herschel Walker on Sunday. Backlash was swift and fierce, as it should have been, as it was obviously she needed to know what she said was wrong. It was obnoxious. But here we go. Let's put this up. Were it not for civil rights laws Black folks died for, Nikki Haley's family might not be in America. And this is coming from the Reverend and Professor Cornell Williams Brooks, laying it out there the way it needs to be. Were it not for an HBCU giving her father his first job in the United States, Haley wouldn't be in a position to insult Georgia's first Black senator. Warnock's history made her story possible. You better talk about it. Yeah, Nikki Haley, who changed her name to assimilate more into white culture. Yeah, she did that. I jumped on that being, but let me go on back to this. Larry Middleton, not a parody, put up Nikki's apparent problem is that she wants so desperately to be accepted by white supremacists and fascists that she thinks talking stupid like them will get her in. She fails to accept that they hate her every bit as much as they hate Warnock, maybe more. Hey, hello somebody on that. So Nikki has the gall to utter such words. Reverend Warnock was born in Georgia. His dad served in the United States Army in World War II, and he is currently serving in the United States Senate. Not that he got to put qualifiers on it. And I'm sick and tired. Black folks always got to put qualifications, even in the 21st century. But we just letting you know, Nikki, just in case you don't know. Essentially saying this man should go back to Africa is quite a closing message 2 days before a midterm election. This is coming from Caitlin Cruz and Jezebel, and that's exactly what she said. She might as well have said, go ahead and said the whole thing, going back to Africa. That's what she said. And we know that there were movements like this in this country trying to send American-born descendants of enslaved people back to Africa, where they had never been. Hello? Yeah, this woman is talking that kind of stuff. So there's also a sick irony and hypocrisy, I mentioned it earlier, to Nikki's vile behavior. Haley is the daughter of Indian immigrants, but she registered herself as white, because see, she can do that. On her 2001 voter registration card, she invoked her Indian roots to back Donald Trump's 2020 presidential bid, claiming, quote, America is not a racist country, which is a damn lie. That's me inserting my Turnerism. In the same breath that she recounted discrimination her family has faced upon immigrating to America. It must be nice to go in and out of race and ethnicity, Nikki. So you are Indian when it's convenient and you're white when it's convenient. But there's a whole bunch of Black folks who cannot do that. Who just, they Black from afar. Folks know, so they can't weave in and out of whiteness like you can, Nikki. Nikki got a problem. But right wingers want us to believe that Herschel Walker's nomination means that they can't be bad, that they can't be racist. Take a look at this.
What is it about this guy? He changes the entire narrative of the left. We're a party of racists, Sean. Me and you're a racist. The Republican Party's racist. Well, what happens when the Republican Party elects and nominates Herschel Walker, an African-American Black Heisman Trophy winner, right? Olympian. It destroys the whole narrative. John James, Tim Scott, Herschel Walker.
Not a damn thing changes. That doesn't change the fact that at the root and the heart of the Republican Party is anti-Black racism. And hell, for that matter, the Democratic Party too. We ain't gonna let them off the hook either. But just electing Herschel Walker to the United States Senate does not mean that the GOP, that party is no longer racist. So history does beg to differ with Senator Lindsey Graham. There are just 3 Black Republicans currently in Congress, the largest number to serve simultaneously since Reconstruction. We had more Black folks before that. And we got a whole host of Black people running for the US Senate right now, which is a beautiful thing to see, more than we've ever seen in this country's history. So in case people need a reminder, the Reconstruction era was 1861 to the 1900s, but I know y'all don't need to be a reminder. It does bring back memories to a certain way back in 2016. I want you to check this out.
We had a case where we had an African-American guy who was a fan of mine. Great fan, great guy. In fact, I want to find out what's going on with him. You know what look at my African-American over here. Look at him.
Look at my African-American over here. Like an object, like chattel, like the way it used to be. How far too many white folks referred to Black people. Look at my African-American over here. Like a toy, like a dog. Yeah, Trump, that was just in 2016, wasn't that long ago. I'm old enough to remember. And this headline from 2020, which aptly sums up the GOP's tokenism. We need to talk about the GOP's Black friends. Now, let me say this to you, whether you're Republican or Democrat, if you white, let me give you this message. If you can enumerate your number of Black friends, you got a problem. Take it from Sister Turner. It's a problem, all right? I just want you to know that. And these midterms, the GOP has felt especially emboldened to be racist as hell. Take a look at this headline. With ads, imagery, and words, Republicans inject race into campaigns. Running ads portraying Black candidates as soft on crime or as different or dangerous, Republicans have shared quite defenses of such tactics for unabashed defiant, quiet defenses. So the GOP sees huge red wave potential by targeting critical race theory. Republicans in state legislatures across the country are gearing up to push through dozens of anti-critical race theory bills this year. That's coming from Politico. These are neo-fascists, plain and simple, who want to turn back the hands of time, and we cannot let them do that. I know neo-fascism, it kills us quickly, kills our spirit quickly, changes laws quickly that will hurt the vast majority of people in this country, especially people of color. And neoliberalism does it a little slowly. Ben, just quickly, we do got to go to our next segment. I took a lot of time here because I am really fed up with this.
Yeah, I guess
totally on display.
Yeah, look, I guess like the long story short is, if you're an assimilationist and you are lending your power and influence to exterminationists, you just got to recognize where those exterminationists want to take society, right? Like fundamentally, that is just like the reality. Like, do you want proximity to power, or do you want to dismantle the white supremacist power structure that we have? You got to pick one.
Yep, you cannot do both.